Hey, look at you, all grown up and needing car insurance. You don't have to freak out if you got a driving record that's not so hot or worry if you aren't sure exactly what you need. Able Insurance has your back. Pass up the national insurance companies where you're just another number and keep your auto insurance right here in Charlottesville. 979-0814 is the number. AbleInsurance.com is the site.
Go.
What up, though, BlogTalk Show.
Say it one more time.
What up, though, BlogTalk Show.
What up, though? Welcome to the BlogTalk Show podcast. I'm your host, Amon Hawkins, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to the latest podcast episode of this great show. Today, we will be recapping. Is that kind of conceited to call my own show a great show? Well, I'm not trying to be conceited. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to my show. There we go. All right, today's show, we're going to recap Virginia versus Virginia Tech, the basketball edition, as the Hokies traveled here to Charlottesville yesterday to play at John Paul Jones Arena, in which they were the only team to beat the Cavaliers here at John Paul Jones Arena and the only team to defeat them in ACC play. So it was a bit of get back for the Cavaliers, even though they say they didn't really think about it. But the two rivals were meeting in the Commonwealth Clash. Both teams were ranked in the top 10 coming into this game. Virginia at number 4, Virginia Tech at number 9, respectively. Two teams that are known as one of the better defensive teams in all of the country and also the ACC. And two teams that are very efficient shooting the three ball. So everybody was hyped. It was a sellout crowd, yet another sellout crowd. This makes 4 straight sellout crowds that John Paul Jones Arena has held this year. That's 4 straight, dating back to the William & Mary game. It was sold out. Marshall game, it was sold out. Florida State sold out. And now this Virginia Tech game was sold out. 14,623 people were in the building. And that might not even be counting press row. So a lot of people, a lot of notables: Ralph Sampson, Isaiah Wilkins, Richard Morgan, Mamdi Diani, Tuji. So many folks were in attendance. I was in attendance with my family. We sat up at the top because if I'm not covering it, and it's not football, football I'm on the field, but basketball, I like to take a back door and just enjoy the game with my kids and my wife. And we definitely enjoyed the atmosphere, definitely enjoyed being around a bunch of Hokie fans. And they were sipping a lot of Shut the Hell Up juice. They kept going up to the concession stand and getting refills of Shut the Hell Up juice. So that's always nice. So what we're going to do is, the podcast, we jump into the numbers, we jump into the post-game notes, and then we get into the analytics and maybe a little soapbox moment. You never know. So first of all, we jump into the numbers. The Wahoos, they won the game 81-59. They jumped out to a 44-22 lead at the end of the first half. Then both teams scored 37 points apiece in the second half. When you look at team statistics, and let me get those pulled. Well, we'll start with Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech shot 35% from the field in the first half, just 22% from 3 in the first half, and 66% from the field in the first half. The second half, they fared better. They were 12 of 24 from the field, 50%. They shot 5 of 12 from three-point land. Coming into the game, I think they shot over 40% for 3. This game, they were limited to just 33% overall, just 7 of 21. To me, that jumped out the most because they became very impatient and they got a lot of good ball handlers, but it just seemed like they settled for 3. And when you playing against the pack line D, the way you could beat it the most, or any defense, is being efficient from three-point land. But they shot a lot of contested threes off the dribble, a lot of step backs and things of that nature. For the game, they shot actually 43%. That was due to shooting 50% in the second half. The game got kind of out of hand. They came out in the second half at the beginning. Ahmed Hill got hot, started bringing them back. And also Alexander, number 4, was efficient, and I think they cut the lead to maybe like 16, and then the Who's pulled back over 20. But on the Wahoo side, as a team, in the first half, they shot 68% and then 71% from three. That was out of control. To shoot 71% on 14 attempts, you should be beating your opponent by 20 points, which they did. In the second half, they shot 50% from the field, just like Virginia Tech. They were just 3 of 10 from three. In the second half, 30%. That's how you know you're shooting well, when you just only shot 30% in the second half. I mean, so for the game, they shot 58% from the field, then 54% from three, which is bananas, on 24 attempts. And then they shot 100% from the free throw line. We actually only attempted 6 free throws, and Virginia Tech attempted 17 free throws. And up in the 300 section where I was at, a lot of fans were kind of irritated because they felt like Virginia Tech players were flopping, just because, Coach Curtis got our players so strong and diesel. The little hits that they was trying to dish out, didn't hurt us. But when you look at like second chance points, Virginia had 11 second chance points, 7 fast break points, and 23 bench points. We had 13 points off of turnovers and 32 points in the paint. Virginia Tech had 18 points in the paint, 14 points off of turnovers, 10 second chance points, 6 fast break points, and just 11 points off the bench. They did not lead this game. I mean, that lets you know right there. We led from front to back. And when you look at some other notes from this game, and then we'll get into my analytics. We look at some of the notes. Virginia 16-0 has started 16-0 for the first time since starting 19-0 in 2014, 2015. UVA has a 9-game winning streak versus ranked opponents. Virginia earned a half point in the Commonwealth Class, trimming Virginia Tech's lead to 4-3 overall in the head-to-head base point competition between the athletic teams of the Cavaliers and the Hokies. UVA is 3-0 against teams from the Commonwealth of Virginia, posting wins against VCU, William & Mary, and Virginia Tech this year. And VCU was the only one that was under 10 points. We only beat them 57-49. We smashed William & Mary 72-40. Then we smashed Virginia Tech 81-59. UVA has won 20 of the last 23 games against teams from Virginia, and Virginia is now 92-56 all time versus Virginia Tech, including the 39-13 mark in Charlottesville in the series that dates back to 1914-1915. Look at some of the player notes. DeAndre Hunter scored 21 points. Cal Guy scored 15 points. Ty Jerome had 14 points. Ty Jerome also had a career high 12 assists, which is a JPJ record. Also, K.H. Clark matched a season high in points with 9 and 3-pointers with 3. Hunter netted his 20th 20-point effort this season. Cal Guy has a 16-game 3-pointer streak, had us made two or more 3-pointers in each of the past 7 games. So when you look at our starters, man, and anybody that rotated in, everybody contributed. We talked about Hunter, we talked about Guy, we talked about Jerome, but Monter Diakite scored 4 quick baskets off the jump. Jack Salt, he scored 4 points, had 5 rebounds, 2 or 3 from the field. He didn't play as much because Jeff J. Huff is now getting viable minutes. J. Huff had 7 points, 2 rebounds. He was perfect from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. Braxton Key is a guy that has 7 points, 1 rebound. And then we talked about K.H. Clark, who is just a defensive dynamo. The dude is just an irritant, low center of gravity, understands that his size is not a detriment. It's a blessing because he gets underneath of those bigger guards, and he just moves his feet. He doesn't reach. He understands what he has behind him. He understands what his help is coming. And he's just very astute and very aware, and he's one of the best one-on-one defenders in the ACC. He's like a lockdown corner. K.H. Island or whatever you want to call it. So just when you look at the game, now we get into the analytical part. When you look at the game and the floor of the game, I really think Ty Jerome set the tone of why we call him, because he was shooting them janks from Scott Stadium. My man Anthony Shiflett said they not playing at JPJ. They was playing in Thailand. I like that. He was shooting them from Thailand. That's what we're going to start calling it now. Shout out to Anthony Shiflett. This is your slogan. Ty Jerome hits it from Thailand. Let it fly from Thailand. Let it fly from Thailand. Because that's what he did. I'm talking about he was letting it fly. Get a switch on the big, that's 6'9", 6'10", however tall he is, and the big peeking, trying to make sure he see where his help is at, and Ty like 2 inches from the sideline, right in front of their bench, and he let it fly. Splash. And then he come back down, he get it in the corner, got all in his face, all balanced. And the thing about that shot is I went to the JPJ on Monday, and when I got in there, Ty was by himself working with two managers, and he was shooting threes, and he was shooting from the right and the left corner, and it looked like the same shot he was taking on air, like everything, the mechanics, the follow through, even a little celebration, because that was like the 10th one he made in a row in which he stopped, and he had a little celebration, and it looked the same way. And people say, what did he say to the bench of Virginia Tech? Ty's like Kevin Garnett, man. He mostly talks to himself. He's from New Rochelle. So they talk. They get themselves up. He's one of the most competitive individuals you'll ever meet. If you follow him on Instagram, follow his stories. He playing some type of game. He's either on console, handheld. He competing in some form of fashion. And he trying to win at all costs. And that's why you want him at the helm. Because Ty Jerome not only set the tone scoring, but he had a hand in each of UVA's first 19 points. He either scored or assisted on their first 19 points. That's what you call setting the tone. Lately, it's been Cal Guy with his scoring. Getting out, scoring 14 to 13 points in the first half, keeping us afloat. But today, Ty Jerome came out in the ball. That's my homeboy. He like ball hawk. I know you don't like no, he ain't say that. Let me stop for people thinking he really said that. He didn't really shout me out and say he was going to do something, but it was like poetic justice. That's my little homie. We always chit chat, shoot the breeze, shut the hell up, juice, clan, gang, and he know how I rock when Virginia Tech in the building. We got to see them, so he splashed them for your boy, and he had 12 dimes. So shout out to Ty Jerome, man. He's just a phenomenal player. Phenomenal individual. And then you get to the likes of DeAndre Hunter, who demonstrated that he is a legit NBA talent. Big boy, grown man moves. He was on the grill because every time he hit the block, it was barbecue chicken. Anytime they try to switch one of them little guards on him, it was barbecue chicken. He was hunting. And I mean, it was big boy hops, big boy euros, big boy elbows. He was doing it all. Y'all got to realize how much weight and muscle that man done put on now. He ain't no little dude, and he from Philly. So you already know how they get down. They compete. This game truly displayed the tools that DeAndre Hunter has. Because the fact that he can actually initiate the offense now at the top of the key and handle the rock. The fact that when the shot clock's running down, we would let him ISO on the baseline, similar to what we used to do with Mike Scott, when Mike Scott used to hit those baseline jumpers. Now you got DeAndre Hunter. He triple threat you from the baseline. Last year, he was the triple threat king from the free throw line extended. Now he done took it to the baseline. So now he could catch it on the block, reverse pivot, and face up and triple threat you. Now you got to worry about the dribble blow by, but then he could give you one dribble pull up. That's NBA style. If you ever heard Isaiah Thomas, the great Isaiah Thomas from the Detroit Pistons, you always say that the most difficult thing to guard in the NBA is anybody that could give you 1 to 2 hard dribbles and elevate and get their shot. That's what made Michael Jordan special. Forget just the post-up fadeaway. And I'm not saying DeAndre Hunter is Michael Jordan. What I'm telling you is when you look at somebody that was a mid-range king like a Michael Jordan, you had the fear of the blow-by. So if you give you 2 hard dribbles, elevate. And that's what DeAndre could do. 1 to 2 hard dribbles, elevate. Or 1 to 2 hard dribbles, power hop. Get right in front of the basket, finish. And that's what I've noticed about him. He lets the game come to him. And that's the difference between a 5-star recruit that's a high flyer that has a lot of fanfare. They want to show you, I'm going to dance, I'm going to do all these dribbles, ISO, Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo's my guy, but just ISO you where everybody's watching. DeAndre is very efficient with his dribbles, efficient with his movement. So that's what I love about DeAndre. And then Cal Guy, it's amazing, right? Our best shooter gets lost in translation because Ty Jerome shooting bombs, and then you got DeAndre working on the inside, got Diakite with quick, easy baskets, and all of a sudden they forget about 5. And 5 in the corner by himself shooting. Our best shooter be by himself. Cause barbecue chicken, the grill master on the block, and you see Ty Jerome saying, call him, shooting from Thailand, and now you trying to trap because you Virginia Tech, and that's what you used to do, you trap, but we move the ball around. We got Cahey at the point guard now you got Cahey in the game, and with Ty Jerome and Cal Guy on the wings, now it's like, ooh, the little mongoose could shoot too. You back off him, and he started making threes. I saw Robinson not checking Clark a couple of times and splash. He was crane kicking it to the rim. Splash. And then the top it off is like with Jack Salt in the game, we get help ball. They ain't gonna pass the ball to Jack. And you hear the bell go off, and what you see, a dude taller than Jack Salt coming in wearing number 30. And that's Jay Huff. And then as soon as they slough off of Jay Huff hit it with the triple threat and bombs from the top of the key. Now the lane wide open. Now, DeAndre, you ready to hunt? Because we got Huff in the game and ain't nobody else down there. Man, when you look at this squad, people talking about Tony Bennett ball can't win a national championship. Tony Bennett offense can't do that. Do they see what's on the floor this year? Do they not pay attention? Or they still talking about Duke every damn night? Do you not see what we've been brewing around these parts? Ain't nobody know who Clark was. Now you know all about him. 5'9", little Manny Pacquiao out there knocking all the big boys out. Now we got Jay Huff out there who's like a stretch slasher. If you play 2K, he's like a stretch slasher. He can shoot the 3 and then he dunk on you. You got Jack Salt, that's just your pure glass cleaner that knock you out when he set screens. Then you got Braxton. Don't get me started on Braxton Key, who looking at the stats, he our leading rebounder. 89 total rebounds, 5.6 rebounds a game. Braxton Key, man, I'm so glad he transferred here because he just like he Devin Hall. Devin Hall 2 inches taller. I mean, what can you say about Braxton Key, man? An added addition. Love the fact that he's here because he does so much for the squad. He can handle, he can catch and shoot, he can get you he get you offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, he can defend, savvy. Y'all do realize, media, the big conglomerates, if you are listening to this podcast, please listen to this podcast. You do understand we could put 5 guys on the floor that you can't ignore. We could put 5 guys on the floor that can actually handle the run. We could put 5 guys on the floor that'll serve you shut the hell up juice quick as it come. We may not have the hyenas at the team we playing next in the high flies, and Lord D, that dude is a high fly named Zion. Good Lord. But if he run into Jack Salt, if he dies, he dies. He ran into Jack Salt, he might get the is he dead kick because he ain't ran into no human being until he ran into Jack Salt. I tell you what, let him try to dunk. I bet you Jack Salt take a charge. Jack Salt ain't going to fall down. Jack Salt going to stand firm and be like, that's not a knife. I can't wait for this game versus you just for the simple fact, man, I just want to see how guys that have never been in that environment, like a Clark, I want to see how Braxton Key does. I just want to see if we do have some adversity, a Zion Williamson dunk and the camera crazy is going wild, and then maybe we get down by like 5 or 6 because we've been pretty much punishing everybody. I mean, it's been close games, but we've been leading. But what happens if we get down by 7 or 8? Can we overcome? Because I think that's the true measure that we need. Not wishing that happened. I don't want that to happen this out there. I want to beat them from front to back. Because I got a lot of juice I need to serve around to some of these Duke fans out here who always claim, well, we ain't got no championships. But then when it's head-to-head, they want to talk about head-to-head. But then when we beat them head-to-head, they talking about rings. I ain't even forgot about you North Carolina fans because y'all got smashed in Chapel Hill. But we ain't going to talk about that, right? Back to the Who's because this podcast is almost over. What I do want to say is the thing that makes Virginia difficult is that they're comfortable with being uncomfortable, all right? They know them. They play within themselves. The repetition, the practice work that they put in, the attention to detail that they have, understanding what they do well, understanding what they don't do well, not forcing shots with turnovers, not pointing the finger or getting ahead of themselves. Understanding that Ty Jerome is the ace card, the guy who will go against the grain and let it fly from deep. You know, he's the only player that Coach Bennett allows to do that because that's his temperament, because he has that innate timing of understanding when to take that bomb and how that bomb could break your back. Because when he hit them bombs early, it made Virginia Tech truly not only extend their defense, but be wary of switching. And also our ball movement and our ability to give and go of catching the ball off flares had them weary of trying to trap. Because when they did trap, Jack Salt would do a good job of reverse pivoting and dribbling out of the post and finding an open guy. Then we make the extra pass and we make a three. Just the team unity, and like I said, just sticking with the game plan. So that's all I got for y'all, man. It's the Ball Hawk Show. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Ball Hawk Show on Apple Podcasts, iTunes. Leave a feedback. You can also listen to the Ball Hawk Show on BlogTalk Radio. You can subscribe there. You can subscribe on PodBean, Google Play, TuneIn app. Go to YouTube. This is available on YouTube, so subscribe on YouTube. Definitely do that. And if you love to talk sports outside of college sports, I do a live call-in show Monday through Wednesday, unless it's a UVA game, and I'm attending it like I did yesterday, and I didn't do it. But from 5:30 to 6:30, Monday through Wednesday, I do a live call-in show where you call in. 760-695-1106 is the number. I stream it live on Facebook, and I stream it live on YouTube. So if you follow me on Facebook, you will get an alert that I'm on live, and the number is in the description. And also on YouTube, the number's in the description. Each time I go live, and I put up topics, but if you have a topic you want to talk about, you could definitely engage there. So shout out to all the Facebook groups, UVA fans, Wahoo Nation, ACC Sports Talk, everybody that shares the content and allows me to share the content. I definitely appreciate you guys. But you know the motto, good is the enemy of great, be great in everything that you do. The Wahoos are definitely striving to be great every day. Got to go to Durham. Got to definitely be great. Got a great team ahead of us with a lot of avatars out there who could jump out the gym. But it's going to take a team effort because you can't try to compete with an athlete individually. A way to be a team of athletes is you have to be a team that's disciplined and a team with a foundation and make them play your game. They do not want to slow it down and play a half-court NBA type of playoff type of game. So the Wahoos definitely have a great chance because they're one of the best teams in this country, and this is probably the best team, or at least the best offensive team that Tony Bennett has ever had. It's the Ball Hawk Show, man. I'm out.
I want the whole world spin my record. Jerome, the hooded stars, check game, stay free records. Oh, shorty girl fed to death and I'm massaging. Bad news even be massaging. I got a fitted head, I be massaging. Pinky rings on my finger, I'm massaging. I got a speedboat concert cause I massage. I coming through about a whole Econo Lodge. I be massaging, I be massaged. I'm coming through with Cadillacs and massaging. Yeah, boats I'm constantly massaging. I got GPS's, I be massaging. I catch croaker fish cause I'm massaging. I like a macaroni plate, I be massaging. Even oodles and noodles, I be massaging. Straight out the ghetto, cause I'm massaging. I got ice around my neck cause I'm massaging. Or even gold teeth, I'm massaging. A pinky ring iced out cause I'm massaging. I got $100 million, I be massaging. I got $10, I be massaging. I got $1,000, I be massaging. I got 22 cents and be massaging. I take a penny and be massaging. I tell shorty girl fat, I be massaging. Your big tooth, I be massaging. I be massaging, I be massaging. I got a GPS steering wheel massaging. Whole share road chain be massaging. I got a Uzi I be massaging. I got a 12 gauge pump, I massage. I got 100,000, I massage. Ain't broke, I be massaging. I stay paid, I be massaging. I stay late, I be massaging. I hit the pool all night cause I'm massaging. She wanna come through loaded and massage. Whole team, we massage. Bad new posse constantly massage. Ain't no joke, I be massaging. Even the bacon and eggs, I be massaging. Polo shirts, Chateau Adidas, I be massaging. I love you, sweetie cake. Spin my record, let me give you the game. On how to get rich. Take a penny and flip a penny. Then 40 billion. Why? I be massaging. What? Car steering wheel. I be massaging. The whole label of the State Free Records in the VA. Oh, we be massaging. Let's have a money shot.